Hello and welcome. Today we are going to take a quick look at some of my winter essentials. So we're looking at mostly like skincare, hair care, those types of things, not really makeup today. And we're gonna start off with hair care. And this is a new product. This is from the brand Apres. I'm not sure if I said that correctly, but this is like the lead scientist who created the whole Olaplex complex originally. He has since left the company, a couple of years ago. So anyway, he created, their original system, and he has come out with his new brand, his own brand. And he has one item so far, and that is this bond repair treatment. So it comes in this box. You get a spray bottle and two little vials. They're about this big of concentrate. So this is a spray bottle, and you can see it says patent pending. It's a bond repair treatment. It's acid free. Basically, you take this little vial, you pour it in here, you fill the rest up with water, then you shake it and you spray it on your hair. You want to let it sit on for about 10 minutes minimum. But what I like to do is, I'll saturate my hair, put it up in a bun or a braid, and I usually sleep on it. But, if I'm having like a massive cleaning day or something, I'll leave it up and do that as well. Now, the reason I wanted to bring this up is because, this is supposed to really kind of help repair your hair, the split ends and so forth. My hairstylist has actually been on maternity leave. I missed my last hair appointment because she had her baby early, and then she's been on maternity leave. So I haven't had my hair like cut or done in many months, not since July, beginning of July. So, she's coming back soon. But anyway, you can see here in this clip, these are my ends. I don't really have a lot of split ends, but I do have some. And you know how your split ends, they start to feel like fuzzy. Your hair feels a little bit, it's not as soft there. This repair treatment has really helped everything feel a little bit softer, smoother. And my children, who are 6 and 8, particularly my 6-year-old, gets massive tangles in her hair, like those big like rat's nest type tangles. And they both have very long hair. This is what I use on their hair. I don't always fully saturate it. Sometimes I'll just use this in the morning as a detangling spray on them, and it really does help with that. And I have noticed drastic improvement in the quality of, their hair. So particularly my 6-year-old, her hair, she does not want me to cut it, but it's been, from all those tangles, that kind of causes breakage and so forth. And this has really helped keep it in much better condition. So I am really loving this. And I try to use it at least once a week with full saturation. But again, sometimes I'll just mist on a little bit, leave it on at night, and I still notice a difference. Next up, I wanted to go into hand care. So typically my go-to hand cream is the Ray Trouvé Dermal Defense hand cream. This is a brand new one, so I haven't opened this yet, but it does come in a pump. Let me open this real quickly. All right, so it comes in this kind of tube, very elaborate. It looks like it's larger than it is because you can see like half of this is the cap. There's this pump, but I use one, squirt on my hands usually every night. But there are inevitably going to be days, where I forget to do it, or maybe I ran out of jar and I didn't feel like going to find a new one. So that has happened. My hands got in really bad shape. I do a lot of dishes and things like that. So, and I don't like wearing gloves. So, if I continue with this every single day, my hands stay in great shape. But if I need a little extra TLC, I have found a great purpose for this. This is Calcium Recovery Night Complex. This is for your face. It's really great for your face. I don't love the texture on my face though. So this is, by the way, like a travel size version. So there's a much bigger bottle of this. And this is made in Singapore. It contains stem cells from red deer. And, this is really good at repairing. And I have noticed that, typically I get like a little cut, particularly right here on my thumb. And my thumb will end up splitting open like every winter. Although last year it did not happen when I used this religiously every day. So I usually super glue it together. And this is totally healing it. So the last 2 nights I've used this on my hands. Feels slightly sticky when you put it on. Let me go ahead and show you the texture here. And, you know, it's kind of this like clear liquid. It just feels like watery, but like a little sticky once you rub it in. So I put this on my hands, and let me just get that on my sore spot. But yeah, I leave it on overnight, and in the morning my hands feel so much better, and it really does last throughout the day. So I mean, that good feeling. So I think, you know, this is kind of like a miracle hand repair treatment. Now, I wouldn't buy this particularly just for hand repair unless, you know, your hands are in really bad shape, but this is not something I will use on a regular daily basis because it's expensive. Not that the Retrouvé isn't. You know, honestly, I'd have to go ahead and see how many uses and everything to see which one's a better value. But yeah, you know, that is kind of like my heavy duty special thing. Now the Retrouvé, it's a new tube, or a new pump. So let me just take a second here, get this out. But this is gonna be a lightweight lotion. And the good thing about this one is that, here we go, it actually ends up kind of sticking around. It gets absorbed into your skin. So even after you wash your hands, it really kind of stays put. So I like to put my lotion on by using the backs of my hands to rub it in first. And then I use the rest of my hands because otherwise I absorb so much on the part that gets washed so much that it ends up being wasteful. So I like to get the majority of it on the backs of my hands first. And let's move on to skincare. So as I mentioned, you can definitely use the Calcium overnight. This is a really great treatment for the face as well. But I did want to mention, you know, exfoliation. I find, particularly in the winter, it's really important for me to exfoliate my skin. My skin gets a little bit drier. To kind of relieve that flakiness, I definitely want to exfoliate. This was sent to me in PR, so, you know, I did not purchase this, but this is the Auteur Definitive Enzyme Cleanser. And it's a powder cleanser. You can get this wet, you put this on. And this is kind of like those like enzyme masks that have been really popular, those powder ones. So just like this, and then you get this a little wet, just get some water here. This is actually a jasmine spray here, but you get this wet and then you rub it together and you have kind of this like light serum-like consistency. There is a fragrance. It's kind of like an herbal, slightly floral fragrance. And you put this on your face, leave it on for about 90 seconds to 2 minutes, and then rinse it off. And I have to say, I have used a few of these like enzyme powder masks. Like, for example, Cicely just recently came out with a new one. This does a better job. So it is expensive. It's 50 grams, 170 US dollars. But compared to the masks and so forth from other brands, I think this one does a better job exfoliating. There's no burning or anything. I have never felt my face feeling that smooth. It feels like brand new baby skin. So yeah, this is definitely like an amazing cleanser. So I use this at night after I remove my makeup. So I'll do my first cleanse. I've been using this as my second cleanse at night, but you don't have to use it every night. You know, I started off using it maybe like a couple times a week. I've been using this for a few months now. Other skincare items that I find essential for winter. This is the Cicely Hydro Global Serum, the Anti-Aging Hydration Booster. They have two products that look just like this, and they're both called the Hydro Global Serum, but this one is the Anti-Aging Hydration Booster. So you have to look at this part down here. I forget what the other one's called, but it is different down here. Otherwise, the packaging looks exactly the same. This is a serum that I like to put on underneath foundation, or not foundation, sorry, underneath moisturizer. So you can see it's kind of like a lightweight gel, and you put this on and it just really increases the hydration of everything. You know, I feel like it just kind of supercharges my moisturizer and it really helps hold everything in. And it's kind of like, if you read the claims of hyaluronic acid, what they're supposed to do. For me, I find hyaluronic acid isn't as moisturizing as everybody claims. You know, I actually feel like that can be a little bit drying. And again, there are many scientific reasons behind that. I'm not going to talk about that today, but this is kind of like what it claims to be in my experience. So it really just kind of boosts all of my other hydrating products, and it does act as like a light moisturizer on its own as well. But whenever I'm feeling a little dry, or if I'm going out and it's like really cold and snowy and so forth, I definitely make sure I use this. Now, if I want just a hydrating moisturizer during the day, I've been using the Tatcha Indigo Overnight Repair Cream. So it's technically an overnight, deep moisturizer, but on those really cold wintry days, I like to use this as my daily moisturizer. So it's just like a heavyweight, thicker moisturizer. And you can see it's actually got kind of like a lightweight texture. You can see here that it's kind of, like a thin, lightweight, airy cream. And goes on smoothly, blends out, and it's just really hydrating. So I like this one, and it really does kind of like sink in. It gives your skin that dewy look. And, I'll use this overnight, but I'll also use it during the daytime. Now at night, when my skin is dry and I really want to give it a hydration boost, or for example, I've used like retinol or something like that, and again, I really want kind of that increased hydration, I love the Retreve Intensive Replenishing Facial Moisturizer. I've been using this for a few years. It's very expensive, so I don't necessarily use it every night, and this is this. So if you've heard of the eye cream, which I feel like a lot of people have tried the eye cream, it's kind of like a gel-like consistency, almost like a gel version of Aquaphor. This is very similar to the eye cream, but it has a few more ingredients that are there to help kind of your facial skin in particular. It's a little bit more active ingredients because your eye area is more delicate. So you do need to be a little bit more cautious with what you use around the eyes. So this has some more actives. You can see it's definitely going to be dewy and glowy. For me, it's a little bit too much for daytime use. So I don't typically wear it during the day, but at night, I'll do my nighttime skincare. If I'm up for a couple hours after putting that on, I put this on before bed, and it really just kind of helps, kind of revive everything that I've used, as well as create a barrier and add some extra hydration. My skin's nice and dewy in the morning. And last up, I have a ton of lip balms. I will be doing that lip balm video that I promised very soon. I did lose all of my original footage, and that's what's taking so long. But this is what I like for repairing the lips. So I've got a ton of lip balms. I think they're all great. Some of them are great for like barriers. Some of them are great just for like texture and so forth. But if you have, really dry, cracked lips, things that are like bleeding and so forth, the Revision Skincare, this is the, what do they call it? The Youthful Lip Replenisher. This is what you want to use. And it works so well. So let me just go ahead and show you here on my skin. You can see it's kind of a thicker consistency. And when you first put this on, the first few times I used it, I noticed some sort of like, a little bit like a numbing, tingling sensation on my lips. I don't feel that when I use it now. And this feels like a thick, kind of like a barrier gel. Think like heavy duty, like diaper cream type, not the white creams, not the pasty ones, but like more like Desitin or something. So, but like thicker, a little sticky. I can put this on at night and it actually stays on all the way until lunchtime. And, so if my lips are really dry and cracked, I will put this on at night. I'll apply it during the daytime as well. It lasts for those whole 24 hours just with 2 applications. And it really does heal my lips. So it's thick. It's going to give you kind of this shiny look. And let me just put that on my lips real quickly. All right, so you can see how shiny it is. You can see it looks like, like a really shiny lip gloss. So it's thick and it really just kind of stays put. It gives your lips time to heal and it really does kind of repair them. There's a little bit of a tingling sensation. You do feel a little bit of a minty sensation, but I wouldn't even say that there's as much of that, like fragrance or anything. There's a slight minty fragrance, but not as much as something like a Dior Lip Maximizer. That still gives me more of the minty sensation. However, this will give you a little bit of lip plumping. So, that's something you're looking for and you don't want like a gloss. This would be something that you can use. Obviously, it's going to give you the glossy look, but it lasts on your lips way longer than that. So I hope this was helpful. Those are my winter must-haves. I'd love to know what your favorite products are to, keep everything in good shape during the winter. And thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you soon.